What is this? Good morning. Today is Saturday, July 30th. It is about 9 o'clock. Wow, it's weird starting my days later in the mornings and not like 5, 6 o'clock as I usually do during the week. But today is a solo Saturday for me. So John is at work today and it's just me all by myself. And I first want to sit down to kind of tell you guys more about myself, my story. I feel like a lot has changed and just want to give you just like a big, just like word vomit of like who I am, my journey, and some confessions I have to say. I feel like some things that have been coming up and I want to share with you guys. And then also I'll probably sprinkle in a little bit of me organizing, cleaning out our closet and then the garage. That we just have accumulated so much stuff and I really feel the new and the change coming in, but I really want to make space for that. And so definitely gonna do that today, and I think John's going to do part of his stuff tomorrow and then just like sell, donate, all those things. And yeah, so let's just jump right into my journey. Also, sorry if you hear the humming sound. It's my roommate's fan that I have to hear every single day and every single night before I fall asleep, and my subconsciousness is just awake simultaneously trying to sleep, and I just really don't like it because it distorts my sleep, and can you tell that I don't like it? Yeah, okay, let's just get right into this journey. Back in 2017, well, first let's wind up way before that. I grew up in a household where I played sports. I played, let's say I did gymnastics, I did soccer, I did swimming, I did horseback riding, and then found basketball and then stuck with it throughout high school. So I played basketball since I was like 8 until my senior year of high school. With that being said, I was always very active as a family. We were always outside. My dad was always going to the gym. I remember being younger and going to the daycare at the gym with my mom. Like, I just remember always being surrounded by the gym and like fitness. And my weightlifting journey started pretty early. I would want to say like high school, maybe even middle school, my dad would take me to the gym with him because I was so like petite and smaller that he wanted me to gain muscle for sports because I was just getting knocked around. I've broken so many bones. My collarbone, I broke my elbow in half, I tore my meniscus in my right knee, I've chipped my tooth, I've jammed all my fingers. Like, I have been through the ringer when it comes to pain. The reason why I did not continue to play was because I was having a lot of bad lower back pain, like really bad lower back pain. And that was kind of like the start of feeling this pain. Jump forward to college. It was my junior year? Could have been my senior year. 2016, let's say. I started having a lot of back pain again. Well, first I noticed the constipation. I looked like I was pregnant, like 3 months pregnant maybe, like a little tummy pump, you know what I'm saying? And I could not go to the bathroom, and that was like really abnormal for me. And I remember like sitting on the toilet, like talking to my mom, like, this is not normal, like what is going on with my body? And that just like led to the discomfort and not wanting to eat certain foods and wanting to go out and wearing certain clothes. Like, that just started the whole like mind tricks, I guess. And so let's jump forward another year when I started to feel a lot of physical pain. I feel like there's no hair on my lip. This probably was my senior year of college, so I was just turned 21 that June going into college. This was 2017, yeah. And starting your school year, I also met John. So it was my senior year. I just met John. I just turned 21, and like life was so fun. But I look back and I was not okay mentally and physically. I started to experience a lot of body pain, and at this time I was working as a clinical strength trainer, and I was really helping clients grow their bone density. A method called super slow. It's kind of like a physical therapist slash one-on-one training, but it was like medical grade equipment, and like I've never seen anything like this before. Way better than the gym, anything that I could ever experience in my life. And working there, I worked alongside the owner, and he was a book of knowledge, especially within the science field. A lot of our clients were doctors and chiropractors and nurses and just very, very amazing people. And you know, God definitely placed them in my life for a reason, and I was in that exact moment for a reason. My boss's wife also had Hashimoto's disease, and so talking to them, they were like, maybe you have an autoimmune disease, because like I said, I had pain coming from like my right foot to my right ankle to my right knee to my right shoulder to my right hip to my lower back and my fingers. Like, it was everywhere, and this pain made me so uncomfortable in my skin that like I would go to work like hunched over. Like, I was in so much pain. Not only that my body was in pain, my stomach was in knots constantly, and like it felt like someone was like just punching them, stabbing them, like constantly having pain in my stomach, and to a point where I could not eat anything, drink anything without having some type of like nauseous, like very, there's just like strong pain that I wished upon no one. And at that time also I was shadowing my boss, and so talking to them, they were like, maybe you have an autoimmune disease, because like I said, I had pain coming from like my right foot to my right ankle to my right knee to my right shoulder to my right hip to my lower back and my fingers. Like, it was everywhere, and this pain made me so uncomfortable in my skin that like I would go to work like hunched over. Like, I was in so much pain. Not only that my body was in pain, my stomach was in knots constantly, and like it felt like someone was like just punching them, stabbing them, like constantly having pain in my stomach, and to a point where I could not eat anything, drink anything without having some type of like nauseous, like very, there's just like strong pain that I wished upon no one. And at that time also I was shadowing my boss. We were working with one of his clients who was a chiropractor, and fast forward, he's now my current chiropractor for the last 5 years, and he is the first person that really taught me how interconnected our bodies are. And as a science major, I did study kinesiology in school, so I had a very big understanding of like how our body works, but like to his magnitude of a way that he was describing it to me, it was like no other. And it really made me understand my body in a different lens, and I understood that my stomach pain and my stress and my anxiety and my gut was affecting every other part of my body and my well-being. And so working with him, he really helped me get my back better, which helped my knees and my feet and my ankles and my hands and just all the things. And then I started working with specific coaches to help with my hormones. I had a candida overgrowth, which is like a yeast overgrowth. I had parasites in my stomach, and just like so many like different things that had contributed to the anxiety and pain that I was constantly feeling. So this is probably from 2017 to 2019. Yes, 2019. We can jump 2019. I was feeling a little bit better in my body. I definitely was working harder in the gym. I was working with a personal coach, trying to gain more muscle and doing that whole lifestyle, calorie counting, all of that. I was so in love with that. I actually became an assistant to my coach and joined her business in 2020. But prior to that, in December 2019, or I guess it's November 2019, John and I decided to go our separate ways. Well, it was more of my decision because I was not right mentally. I was not nice to him. I was not nice to people around me. I was not nice to myself. And I really realized when I looked at myself in the mirror, like, I am not the person I want to be. And I'm not the person that I want to be treating him this way because I loved him so much. Then nothing ever, like, seriously went wrong, like how I like to tell people. And we took a break. 2020 happened. I was living with one of my friends, and then the pandemic hit, and John and I were kind of talking again. I needed help with like finances, and he is a finance whiz, and he's just very intelligent within that community and that space. Well, he knows, he's so smart about everything anyways, but like that is like his specialty. And so he definitely was helping me, and we were getting closer again, and we both noticed that there was a big difference within our demeanors in life and the way that we approached life and who we were as people and the way that we communicated. And so we came back together very naturally, you know, within God's timing. And then the pandemic hit, and we both just like bounced from each other's house because he lived, at that time we only lived like about half a mile away from each other, and so it was just really nice to spend that quality time with him. And then I actually moved back home to my grandma's house in San Jose. This is when my journey was going like this, because when I moved home, I was going kind of downhill in a sense that my hormones got really bad. I severely broke out in really bad acne. Like, I've never experienced this type of acne before. My body got really inflamed, and I had to stop working out in the gym. My body really gave up on me. I couldn't even lift 2 to 5 pounds. I was overly exhausted, and this was actually during a time where I was so consistently going to the gym like at like 5 a.m. And why was I going that early? I don't know. It's just like what brought me happiness at the time. I love getting up early, and then I'd go to my parents' house after and like hang out there for the day, and that was kind of my routine during quarantine. And it came to a point where I had to be like, yo, this is not helping my body. My body's inflamed, my acne's bad, I'm exhausted, I just did not have the best attitude, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And for someone who has constantly moved their body since they were younger and never had a break, like when I played basketball during high school, like during the school year, and then I would go play during summer ball. So like I never had a break. I was always traveling, I was always playing basketball, I was always moving my body. And so it came to a point where I was like, I need to stop. And so yeah, I really had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, what is best for my body, which I don't think I've ever had to ask myself before. So by asking myself that, it was I need to just be and rest. And so I completely stopped moving, and the only thing I did was walking. Walking was like my escape and my pleasure and my joy, and something that I continue to do now. So that was 2020. Let's fast forward to now. Within that time period, I was working through my relationship with food, which I did have a binge eating problem, and I also went through a period where I couldn't eat anything. Like I said, I worked through a lot of body pain. I've worked through knowing what style of movement is best for my body, and really trying to find the tools to help me grow in the best way that I want to be. And during that time of really trying to figure it all out, I really had to continue to ask myself, like, what does my body need to feel my best, to feel so damn good, and just continue to go, to continue to keep going. And it was hard. It was a long process. It was a battle back and forth, and I am so grateful for this journey because it definitely has led me to where I am today, and why I'm such a big advocate for your well-being, your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health, all the things, because all of that makes you as a person and your identity and how you move throughout life, how you show up every day for other people and for yourself. And this is exactly what's going to create your reality moving forward. And so I would say within the last like 6 months, I have another big change coming in my life. And the reason being is because I found a style of movement that works best for my body. And right now that's Pilates. Again, I do suffer from a lot of body pain and aches, and I'm trying to learn how to best manage that. And this past month actually has probably been the best. And if you noticed this morning, I drank and poured a cup of sulfur crystals, 100% organic sulfur crystals, and apple cider vinegar. And so the sulfur crystals really supposed to help pain management, hair strength, nail support. Is one of the minerals that are most found in our bodies. I think it's like the top 3 most found mineral in our body. And actually started using that a while back, and I had stopped, but I noticed a huge difference within just like my skin and my, like, look how long my nails are. Like, let's look at these real quick. And they're like very strong, they're not brittle. Like, this has been like this for like a month now. I've consistently been taking this for about a month, 5 days a week. Saturdays and Sundays I give myself if I want to or not. And I am on my cycle, and I can say that I've never felt so good in my body since taking this. And I'm not by any means telling you to take this, but I found exactly what was necessary for me to feel my best. And I feel very just loose and smooth, and I feel like I can just move my body in a way that I've never been able to. And which also leads me into something that I'm learning and some confessions that I have been stirring up in my body, and I've been understanding a little bit more. And so, I never thought I would be saying this on camera, but I actually never finished college. I had one class, which was probably one of the biggest classes as a kinesiology major, anatomy, that I did not finish. And the reason for that was because during 2019? No, 2018, I think, when we had the big fires here in Santa Rosa, and our school shut down for 2 months. And I was taking that class, and I already felt behind because it was a very fast-paced class, and my brain just did not work that way. And when we came back from the 2 months off, because everything literally around us burned down, we were having tests and quizzes every single week, and I could not keep up. And at that time, I thought I was going to go to grad school. In order to go to grad school, you had to have a beer hierarchy to get in. If you really wanted to get in, you'd have to have an A. And at that time, you could not retake the class if you got even a D+. And so I automatically failed myself in order to be able to retake it and go to grad school. Well, that didn't happen. I had a very traumatic experience in college trying to get classes, and just academically, a lot of advisors and counselors told me that I was not smart, I wouldn't graduate, I wasn't going to do it. And since stepping away from school, I have definitely found myself. I definitely don't think now, looking back, that college was exactly what I needed socially, maybe, to like look back and learn from a lot of my mistakes. But I did it, and I'm here now. But that is something that I never thought. Literally sending voice memos to my light worker coach that I work with, the Bougie Trainwreck on Instagram, also known by Kiana. It's our personal page. And I literally voice memoed her this yesterday. Like, I don't think I would ever share this, but I felt the calling to like share that with you, because I have been working through a lot of worthiness, and this worthiness stems from that, and because where I want to go and how I want to build my motion platform, which is a well-being community that's going to help you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and just so many things that I had described previously. And I did not feel the worthiness to be able to sit down, create videos of movement, styles of movement that will help you create a life in motion and to become the best version of yourself, because movement is everything. I have understood, and diving more into the feminine and masculine energies, working with Kiana, the Bougie Trainwreck, and really understanding what it means to move your body and to connect to your body, in something that I lost for so long. I never had that deep connection with my body as a woman. And I think from the journey of just understanding my hormones, understanding my body, understanding my mind and how the way that it processes, the way that I think, and being a Gemini and having that dual personality, and how I really do see things from both sides, and how I'm an air sign, and how much I do think so critically, and how I don't live inside my body naturally, and how I do have to work at that connection that I've had to learn to grow. And through movement in this past 6 months, 7 months, I really have seen movement in a different way. I see it in more feminine, flowy, connecting, youthful way compared to like being in the gym, being very rigid, and powerlifting, which there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you do. I love that for you. I wish I could do that. I cannot lift heavy weights anymore like that. But also, again, still navigating and understanding what types of movement works best for my body and the different parts of my cycle, because again, as a woman and our hormones, we live on a 28 to 30 day cycle. How women, a lot of us women who are noticing how lifting heavy weights can cause a lot of inflammation in our bodies, and that there's a root cause to that inflammation, and understanding our feminine and our energy and how our masculine shows up and how our femininity shows up and when it shows up and how we speak through it, and just literally all the things that I have been learning very recently and have been coming up. And I'm super grateful for finding people who have been able to support me and guide me in this process of life. And I haven't felt this light and understanding of who I am as a person and what I want in life like ever. I grew up in a very loving household, but my dad did have his own ways of doing certain things and really projected that onto me and my sister and brother, and we did grow up having to do certain things a certain way. And I think I lost the ability to be creative and hone in on my own being and the things that make me me. And it's taken me a journey to like find those things and what makes me happy. And I'm really grateful to find John, who actually really matches with that version of myself. And he's really helped me tap into that from him being from the mountains and loving nature so much, and me loving nature so much, that is my life, is like being in nature, being in the mountains, being in the ocean. Like if I think of California, I think of driving along Highway 1, looking at the ocean, but also looking at the mountains. Like that's what I grew up in. And that's what my heart loves. I love horses. I love being under the sun. I love getting my hands dirty in the soil. I love walking barefoot. I love not wearing a lot of makeup. I love just like having like very just beachy hair, I guess, or just like a beachy lifestyle. Like very, very simple, very slow pace style of life. And it's taken me a journey to get here, and I'm just really grateful. I'm gonna wrap this up because I know I've been talking for a while, but I hope this journey of mine shows you that you can start somewhere and you can end somewhere else, and this is not even my end. This is just the beginning. Like this really feels like a new beginning for me, a rebirth, and the old version of myself and who I thought I was supposed to be has really died off, and I can connect to my inner child, like 7-year-old Jordan, who I remember who used to love dancing in the rain when the rain came, and would do like rain dances to the gods, and how I used to love horseback riding and being in nature and growing a garden, and just like really tapping back into those roots of myself. And so I'm just very grateful to be here. And don't forget to hug yourself. I always do this sometimes when I'm like feeling very lovey. It's just like a little hug for myself, because yeah. Also, I'm realizing like my needs as a person and knowing how to show up with those needs within my own relationship and being able to vocalize that. I'm a pretty needy person, and I love to say that because I know how to communicate when I need love and affection, and the snuggles and the hugs and the kisses, and also when I need space and solitude, because I'm a person who likes to have that alone time. Like I love these Saturdays so I can like recharge because I'm always with someone. But yeah, I see a lot coming in the future for John and I, and we have a lot coming. We want to move soon. It's definitely a waiting game to find what works for us, and we're understanding, because even like a couple months ago if you'd asked us, we would be like, oh, we're moving to the city. John wants a job in the finance, and now we're both are like, although that might seem like the American dream, that's not what we want. So really just defining exactly what we want, and not based off of the outside noise, the outside chatter, but really tapping into our souls and our desires out of life organically and intentionally, and not thinking so deeply on those desires, but feeling them. And that's something that Kiana, the bougie train wreck, my light worker, her and I have been talking about, is that most people don't understand that we need to move through life through feelings, not thoughts. And when I was able to understand that capacity, everything changed, because now I wake up every day doing the damn things that make me feel so damn good, and so should you. And I'm going to teach you how to. So follow me at join.motion on Instagram, and then you can also follow my personal page at jourdyn.lynn on Instagram and on TikTok. So okay, so then now a little bit later we're going to tackle the closet, but I'm gonna rest and probably watch some YouTube because I love YouTube, and that's also why I'm sitting down doing YouTube. So okay, bye.
Summer nights, flashing lights, when the DJ's spinning, everybody out
want it, I'ma give it to you G straight. NML beats, I am not a human being. Ballin' like Kareem, sippin' on codeine. I lean with it, rock with it, got coke dreams. Boom, back, boom in the trap. When trap meets house, you get a trap house. Got 2 stacks, throw it at a strip dancer. Big booty hoe, said she from Atlanta.
So this is what our garage looks like. All of this is our stuff, and then we have bikes and stuff over here, but I need to like really go through. Most of that is like my stuff. This is like some camping and extra storage stuff, some things I need to get rid of, and just, yeah, I need to just figure all that out. So let's tackle this. Okay. This is how clean it's going to get, and I have to keep all of this. That's like a lot of just like other shoes, suitcase. What else do I have? We have like just boxes of things that are in our house, but like have specific boxes, and John and I are very much the same with, we like to keep the boxes for like moving purposes, or like things break or need to return or whatever it is. So we have like stuff like that all back there, and then like a printer and just like outdoor stuff, a lot of like staple, yeah, all athletic stuff. So, and these are all things I need to donate. Those are shoes that I went through that blue box with, and notice I just don't need any of these shoes anymore. And then, again, this bag, just random bag, I need to donate. We have these pillows to donate, and then I have all of these clothes still that I need to, like, go through again and make sure that these are all things I want to, like, get rid of. And these are just, like, bags that I need to just throw away. I hoard bags. So, it's what we're working with. What's in here? Oh, John's shoes. See, these can go in here. Shoes and remove a few things before I start to remove a lot of stuff. So it's nice to have this. I can just close this. There's a spider. Suitcase. This I'm gonna go through this stuff again and make sure this is stuff I don't need, and figure out what I want to sell and what I want to donate, so forth. I'll show you guys. So these are clothes I'm going to tailor, but I have a lot of clothes I'm going to be selling in this bag. I have a lot of like Lululemon, Brandy, let's see what else, H&M, Nasty Gal, Free People, Alpha Elite clothes. These are Steve Madden shoes. I have, let's see, Jordans, Steve Madden's, Nikes. I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog of me sitting down, kind of just chit-chatting with you, telling you my story. I hope my story inspires you to keep going, that this is not your forever, that you can change and you can create the life that you desire, and all of it has to do with how you want to feel. Really focus in and own how you want to feel every day and show up for yourself, and really learn how to fulfill those daily promises you make to yourself. Start doing that. Start building the best relationship you can with yourself, because at the end of the day, that is the best relationship you will ever have and maintain, is the one with yourself. And yeah, I hope you liked the organizing, getting my shit together. Let me know if you like more vlogs like that, because honestly, I need the accountability. I like the fun having you here with me. And don't forget to subscribe and like today's video, and stay caught up with me on Instagram in real life. Again, my Depop will be down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.
Summer love makes me feel alright. These are the best days of my life. Summer love makes me feel alright. These are the best days of my life.
Alright, fix that, and they fixed the floor.